Hi everyone, good evening and welcome to our health and wellness channel. So today's topic is self-love. What do you understand by self-love? In simple, loving yourself, right? Now, what do you mean by that? Loving yourself means giving importance to your own thoughts and giving them high regards to your thoughts and emotions. Many times you would have heard about people pleasers. Now, who are they? So, at times, what happens is you would have seen that you give importance to others' thoughts and emotions more than yours own, right? You like to listen to other problems first and try to solve them, but you might be yourself might be in a big mess. That's okay. You're not great. You are generous, but help yourself first, because if you don't know to help yourself, how the other person trust that you can help that person? So it's great to have a helping nature to help others, but love yourself first, and that's more important, right? Giving your own interest first than the other person's interest. That means you take your own emotions and feelings very sincerely. So being it's also being nice to yourself, and also being less judgmental about yourself, right? At times we do many things, and at many activities, and sometimes we become very self-critical, right? We think, oh, why should I do this? Why I've done this? Is it really good? Is it really important? And do overanalyze ourselves a lot. Don't focus too much on that part, because give yourself a break. Allow yourself to make mistakes, because for any field of life, if you don't mistakes, you don't learn. So don't be so harsh on yourself, right? So it's important to also let go of toxic people. Many times, I'll also sometimes like to give an example. Think yourself like a light bulb, right? Now light bulb is like very bright, right? So what happens, a lot of insects come close to the bulb just to be in the energy of that light bulb. So similarly, if you are doing good in life and if you're a nice person, most likely many people would like to be in your company just to take their energy from you. That's okay. It's great to have nice people around, but really, do all of them deserve your time and energy? Probably not, because at the end of the day, you should also take care of yourself. You have just 24 hours probably in a day, right? So how much time you can give to others, and how much time you can serve others? So if you don't serve yourself enough, you might be doing injustice in terms of serving others as well. So first, you take care of yourself, do nourish yourself, eat well, sleep well, do a lot of exercises, and then beyond that, if you have time, go and help people. Who stops you? So help yourself and love yourself first, right? So because if you do this, others will also learn. Sometimes you don't have to just go and tell people. Others will automatically learn by seeing you doing those things. So that's important. Loving yourself. So that's and also many times we make decisions and then we think, okay, really, can I do the right decision? No, we don't trust ourselves so much. So we somehow need to trust ourselves a lot more, so that when you make a decision, you think that you make a good decision, and then back it by with your actions. So trust your own decision. So yeah, and that's very important. Another aspect I will also want to say is, stop comparing yourself with others, right? You have your own journey. Many times what happens is, we think that, okay, maybe he's very good in studies, I must be that good in studies too. Maybe you're very good in something else. So try to figure out what you're good at and love what you do, because that is all about. So you should not stop comparing yourself with others, because as we say, right, you cannot compare apples with oranges, right? Everyone is so different. So love yourself for who you are, so that you can take care of yourself more. And that is what is important, to love yourself first, and then of course love everybody else. So in the second part of this vlog, I'll talk with my wife, and she'll also explain her at times we sometimes not able to love ourselves that much, and how she has been to this phase of life, and what she has learned from it. And in the last part, I'll talk about another interesting concepts, that is called self-pity. That is a little bit different. So stay tuned. I'll explain in the subsequent parts the concepts of more about self-love and self-pity. Stay tuned. Hi Devati.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you enjoying the weather of Bangalore?
Today little bit warm.
Little bit warm, no? Okay. So in today's vlog, we're going to talk about self-love and self-pity. Okay. It's just a behavioral topics. So do you understand what is self-love all about?
Self-love means I have to love myself. Before thinking about others, I have to think about myself. So it also improves my grooming and my attitude and my confidence
So
level.
do you think self-love is kind of selfish? Do you feel that?
No, it's not right. First, you have to think about yourself. Sometimes you have to help to others, right? It depends on the situation. Okay, if any situation comes, you have to
I'll tell you my understanding. Sometimes people think about selfish is so negative. Honestly, selfish is not such a negative word. If you're too selfish, then it's bad. Actually, you should be selfish. I'll tell you first. Selfish means what? What? Self. Think of the word itself is the self is that, right? Giving importance to yourself, right? Selfish people are giving at times you say he is too selfish. He gives too much importance to himself, right? Doesn't think about others, right? That's bad. Yeah, I'll come to that self topic as well. In that I'll explain that. But self-love are actually people who they don't people who are they don't who doesn't love them. There are people who doesn't love themselves more. They give importance to others, like people pleasers. They give others more importance. So have you experienced yourself such kind of thing where you have given others?
So lots of incidents are there in my life. So now I am not doing like I'm doing. I will tell you that I am loving myself. But earlier, when I was BTech time, okay, that time I helped lots of my friends and my classmates. Not friends, classmates only. For friends I can help, but not classmates. Actually, I thought that if I teach someone, so I will learn, I will gain my knowledge.
Right.
Bearing this in mind, I did some lots of things. Actually, I taught one topic was there, so no one knows about this thing. Okay, so I taught this thing, how to do this one, how to do the projection, this thing. So many, for more than 5-6 classmates, they gain knowledge from me. And after that, I realized that they got good score as compared to me. So it happened for a long time. Okay, so for first year and second year, third year also I did. First year, second year I did such kind of the things like mechanics subjects and mathematics subject. So no one understood anything in the class. Okay, they will come. They normally used to come towards me, and I taught everything, mathematics and mechanics. And I thought, yeah, I will gain my knowledge, but that thing didn't happen. Actually, I got less score as compared to others. That time, during my BTech time, I realized that it's not happen. It will not happen, and it will not good for me. So that's why I thought, I have to. I have to love myself. Whatever thing I want to do, first I will do for me. After that, I will think for others.
Well, I mean, going by the example, I don't specifically think that you have done something wrong by helping others. It's just a great thing.
If I do regularly this thing, that will not be suitable.
No, that to others who are also looking at it. One thing I would also say is that but then did they appreciate that? Like, did they say thank you, and did they really appreciate how much?
Someone used to appreciate every dance, but someone not. So they are like selfish thing. I am getting
Whatever they want, they are taking me. But
sometimes they used to take grant for me. So okay, she is doing like this. Every time I will not do anything. I will just collect notes from her.
Oh, she takes things for granted. She not do it herself anymore.
2-3
People. So they did not do it themselves. They know that you want anyway do it for them.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, and then you kept on doing it. But then you didn't get anything out of it. You thinking that they kind of depend on you.
So from my entire BTech life, I understood that first you have to love yourself. First you have to think about yourself. Whatever you want to do in life, first think about this thing. After that, you just care about others.
Right. That's true. I mean, sometimes we do so much about others that we forget about ourselves. I think that's one aspect you should think about. That's one aspect of it. Let's also talk about another important thing called self-pity. Right? Where do you understand what is self-pity first of all?
Self-pity, first, I have lots of things. Still, I am thinking like that. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. So I'm regretting about all the things.
Yeah.
How I will do it, how I will do this thing. Everyone has this thing, this thing, this thing. I don't have so much thing. How I will implement this thing.
Yeah, so basically these kind of people, there are people, they have already a lot of things, but they're so selfish that they only think they have the problems in the world, right? And they'll start comparing what others do, what he couldn't get, and others, they're not grateful people. They're not, humble. They're not grateful that whatever they're not happy with that. They think others are more lucky than them, right? So they have themselves more. Let's say, they are scoring at 95%, and then they're still crying for that 5%. And then probably they're saying somebody who's actually getting 60% marks.
Yes.
So really that's so bad. Have you experienced this kind of thing?
Such kind of things I experienced. Actually, when I did graduate that time, actually one my classmate, she got good score. Okay, out of 100 she got more than 90. But she explained this thing to someone who got a less score, I think 80 or less than 80. She was telling like that, I got less score, that guy, he got near to 100%, that how I will reach this mark, I don't have anything, I am studying lots of...
And then you will see this kind of people, they think that teachers favor those students more than them. That
Yes.
kind of bullshit they'll say. So I think that's, and also the another important part is they're gonna say to somebody who would have scored like let's say 25% less marks.
It's not about the score and this thing. If anyone have lots of things in their life, though they are thinking about others. These people have this thing, these people have a nice husband, nice family. I don't have this nice husband, nice family. It's up to you. It's up to you. You have to manage yourself. How can you do? How can before rather thinking on other self, you have to think about.
Right.
This is.
And actually some people, are these kind of people as too selfish. Let's say, you could not do good in sales or something. But there are people who don't have food to eat, man. Think about it. So be grateful for what you are, what you have. There are these things I think are really important for us. But thanks for your time. We have discussed two important concepts. In the next part of my vlog, I'll also explain more on self-pity and how can they deal with this kind of people. Thank you for your time. Hi everyone, so you have just seen me and my wife discussing about self-love and self-pity. So I have already discussed more on self-love. This part will focus mainly on self-pity. So what exactly is self-pity? It's actually kind of selfishness, right? Where you self-absorbed in your thoughts, and especially negative thoughts, right? And you think that your problems are bigger than you. It's difficult for you to even cope up with those problems. But actually, no problem is bigger enough. If you really think and take adequate actions, so every problem can be solved. So the problems at times becomes big because you at times just don't take any actions to solve them. You just sit on those problems and they kind of pile up and they become bigger. So, and the cycle continues forever. So but there are certain mentally strong people who can actually take care of this kind of situation. It's not that anyone doesn't faces it. People do face it, but there are people who can, mentally strong people who can actually take care of this kind of issues. So what do? They face their feelings, right? Sometimes we kind of ignore our feelings. We know that if these feelings, if we think about, will make us sad, but then those feelings keep on coming again and again. So it's that we just don't have the strength to deal with those feelings. So it's not a good idea. So you need to have mentally strong people deal with those situations. They let the feelings absorb. They feel it completely. It's completely okay to be sad for a certain period of time and understand those feelings, and that's okay. That's healthy because you know that okay, maybe something you've done wrong, and that's why you faced an uncomfortable situation, and then eventually you can get out of that situation if you don't repeat it. That's fine. That's healthy emotion, right? It's sadness. But there is self-pity is very different. Self-pity is when you think that you can't get out of a situation, right? You just think that, oh, okay, I made a mistake and now I don't know how to get out of it. And then that situation keeps bothering you for a longer period of time because you don't even want to, take that situation or feel that situation even. So because you are scared that will bother you a lot, right? So that's something because you're not maybe mentally that strong. But because these kind of situations actually kind of takes you through downward spiral, right? You experience this every time, and then more situations like this come up, and then you don't want to face those situations, and then eventually they keep on building on top of it. So what do mentally strong people do? They just not only face this, they deal with them head on. They kind of try to figure out, okay, what is actually the reason behind this kind of situation which has happened, right? So they don't pity on themselves. They think they see the bigger picture. They think, okay, maybe my business is going down because of certain issues which I might not have dealt with. But then they also practice gratitude. They think that, okay, there are people who don't get food to eat. At least I'm better than those people, right? They know it that, okay, this situation might take some time to solve, or it's taking, it's a bit challenging. But then they do accept those challenges, and they kind of take those challenges head on. They don't kind of shy away from those kind of difficult situations. So that's what mentally strong people do. So they also help others, right? And at times, as I say, sometimes we think our problem is so big that we can't cope with that. But as there are bigger problems in the society, there are people who don't even get food. Do you even think that those problems are big enough to be solved, or your problem is the bigger one? So you should not be that kind of selfish also, right? And when you help others, actually that's also helps you understand that your problem is not the biggest problem. There are bigger problems in the world, and people are dealing with that, right? I mean, there are people who don't get food 3 times a day, but they still go next day to work and try to figure out how they can feed their family. So yeah, I mean, that's all. You have to take actions, right? You just can't sit on your problems. That's something really is important, right? And also they recognize these warning signs, right? Sometimes when you go in a self-pity mode, you realize that, okay, some people don't realize it happens over and over again. But when you realize that this is happening to you over and over again, maybe it's time you kind of think about it and try to solve the situation, and maybe discuss it with a good friend. Maybe that's something is something is really important, right? And they also question the perception. So that sometimes we feel like, okay, are we really that bad? We have a bad luck. We're continuously facing this kind of situations. But they really analyze this situation and figure out maybe it's not actually that bad luck. It might be that we have not taken action, right? And yeah, people are having much worse problems than we have. So if they can deal with it, why can't we deal with it, right? That's something is very important. Positive self-talk and driven. This is something. So you have to act on those problems. You can't just simply sit on them. So self-pity doesn't help you in any way. So maybe some things a time that you identify those things which makes you feel not so motivated, and take actions to make sure that those kind of things doesn't happen to you. So thank you for watching this vlog. We'll bring more exciting vlogs in the upcoming vlogs. Yeah, thank you.